Oopsie. Yeah, keep your if you guys are watching Netflix, keep an eye on that one. I'm definitely going to be watching that one next week. It's got a lot of empty space, should make for some pretty solid trading. Yeah, if you guys have anything you want me to take a look at as we near the end of the day, go ahead and drop your request right now and we'll take a look at it. Yeah. D nut. You see, yeah, so this one, G nut, this one's starting to move into levels low key unexpected. It is going into earnings, kind of around that cost basis. Other than that, though, gotta gotta start looking possibly a little bit lower. The only saving grace could be a yeah, you're not really getting any response here. So I'd say maybe 320 or $3 is going to be the next puzzle piece. But there's also a pocket of empty space down here to 271. That one's I don't want to trade that one down at all. So, no want nor need to do that. What's up, Bailey? Yeah, we should be live. There we go. All right. Do we take meta profits or and buy calls for next week for Rip City? Um, as far as losing anything is concerned, I mean, obviously, I got everything that I could have ever wanted out of this one. This was a plus trade. Uh, Insane. But that being said, yes, there is a possibility that going into next week, we could be experiencing a punchback. We're disrupting volume. We've reclaimed floors. We've retested floors. It is possible to still see those same retest, like all the way back down to 656. Make it fast, and I'm pretty happy. Now, I'm not calling for anybody to grab anything because I am the candle close though, damn, is pretty damn fucking convincing. But that being said, if we can hold these highs and you have a good expiration, you can be looking up to the 690s, 700s, and if you're looking even longer out there, there's the 750 target beyond. So how to identify a signal like uh like that I say or on the chart. Holy Zuckerberg, yeah, this was a yeah, Zuck got me fucked up in a good way, I guess. But no, this one is, as far as I'm concerned, volume is not disrupting it. It opened on the floor, so yeah, I mean it does look great for continuation, or even if you're looking to take that earnings trade, Meta does look good. Intraday, though, I do want to remind everybody: look, you closed here, you opened and bounced here before moving up. So if we retest 657 and it goes and keeps flying, right? That's okay. That's what we expect. We should be okay with that. Now, with a wide fluctuation in price on the lower time frame, I'm typically lining it up like this, and that is a confluential target in my opinion. Now, I like to also incorporate, if possible, if it doesn't line up or doesn't look good, then I won't. I mean, even if you were looking at it this way, that still looks tremendous. So all right. On the chart, my system gives signals by punching through 50% marks of areas of consolidation into empty space, kind of like you're seeing right now. I think on the 24-hour, this one's kind of surpassed that. But I look for opportunities uh, coming out of consolidation. So just for a recent play, Celsius, USAR, 123, empty space up above. So I look for candle closes outside of what controlled that beast from breaking out. And once it breaks out, if there's no guards around it, if there's no structure around it, it's going to fly. And so I look for those type of opportunities in the market. So obviously, I can't give you a whole breakdown on my entire strategy in 5 minutes, but it felt like that was a pretty good synopsis. All right. Yeah, if you guys are in the chat, don't the uh charts that Manny use, again, Manny might get in and out in less than a minute. So for 99% of you guys, you do not need to know anything about that. Um, I found it simpler, even with scalping, my way. Uh, I can't do look at the chart and then look at. It's almost like going past the 30 second and the 10 second. Like you're on the second, and at every single second you're trying to make a determination based off of orders. To me, as I Manny, he's great at it. I am not. So, don't let me be your gate, but obviously I'm not having any issue without it. So,
Bro, Manny trades the fucking alphabet. His charts look crazy.
yeah, I mean, if you look at the chart itself, like that he's posting, right? It's just I mean, it's just volume profile. These are just orders, right? And if you'll notice, the volume right there in the center, what this ended up doing when he showed me these charts and started explaining it to me was that I had the right idea. That disrupting the highest orders, pushing the strongest block right out of the way, disrupted that price, and typically squeezed it. 50% of that broke out. For me, simplicity is key in high stress environments. I need to know what to do, when to do it, and that doesn't give me that. It just makes me a little scared sometimes. I mean, it's just the speed in which, I mean, that right there is not bad, but watching the tape in itself is all right. You buy any cons end of day? It is end of day, and I have not bought anything for the weekend. Let's keep charting. If you guys have anything else to look at here, please drop your request. Uh, all right, let's see here. RGTI down. So, I mean, take your shot, right? At this point, with this level of tension, you could probably buy both sides. Can I call it short at this exact moment, even though it's falling what? Oh, and actually, hold on, I lied. It is actually falling pretty fast, but that's what holds you up. That's 2380. If that breaks, you have empty space down to, right? That 23. Now, of course, it can continue moving to the downside. And with this amount of tension, I expect for the move coming out of this to be substantial. However, I want to see what it does here because this could be a retest or yeah, it could be a retest. So I don't want to jump to conclusions quite yet on that one. So that one's still on the watch list. Still waiting for that one to kind of show me on the lower time frame what it wants to do. If that bounce is significant enough off the floor, come on now. Now to the downside all the way to here, 1810. You got to have obviously probably a month underneath you. You got a lot to move through, but that obviously is a trade setup on both sides. So we'll see what it does here in EOD as it taps that floor. Okay. Yeah, definitely pushing down pretty strong. So, all right, Rigetti, SoFi down. Don't talk to me. So surprisingly, actually, hold on, let me reverse that. It's not surprising. When we called for SoFi to go short off of this candle close, it did what we said it was going to do. It did go and reach the lows. It did go back up like we thought it was if it was going to gap down, and it did retest. This is 3 bars. 3 days, right? That's what it can look like. That's what it did look like. So there is a heavy short that right there does scream potentially short. Now, what needs to happen between now and then is you need to break through this most recent price action box 250 2550. Good God. Um, if you were on TikTok, if you don't mind tapping your screen, I appreciate you. Why is my hat always do that? That's weird. Hear the crows. All right. Now, there is empty space up there at 29.13. So with this type of position, I had a question yesterday. When would I hedge? When I don't have confirmation, but possibly a rejection with loose ends above me. What's the worst case scenario? What's the worst thing that could happen to sellers right now? You punch through that box and you squeeze into that area. So without confirmation, this is when we hedge. Okay. All right, bros, third time off of full. My God. Wait, oh, hold on. Look at that one real quick. Hold on. Did I just accidentally find a play? Oh, wee. Hold on a second. I'm about to go check out these contracts.
Wee.
See, that's the type of shit with ADHD, dude. I'm like, hell yeah, I'll get distracted sometimes. Did I just accidentally find a play on Brown and Brown? After my comments this morning, I need some redemption. $90 strikes. Floor. 87.50. 28 days out. That's too far. I need a closer strike. But the spread is in fucking insane. Spread on the 90s is pretty insane. Does that have earnings or anything coming up? Oh, Brown and Brown earnings. Got it. Yeah, I'm actually, I think the contracts are a little sketchy here. You got to go like even one step out of the money. These are, so you do with this what you'd like, but 85 and 90 would be the only palpable upside strikes, and then downside is 74.34. But anyway, that's a good setup regardless, even if the contracts suck. What the fuck was that? Sorry, somebody's making fucking caveman sounds outside of my house. Let's see here. You know what? That's a pretty kick-ass setup. Tension-wise, I love it, right? This is exactly what I want to see. Now, where we go, right? We're going to find out what is stopping us. Well, let's back up and go with what we see first. Clearly a downtrend. Don't like that. There you are. So, Regatti, what do you want to do with this floor? Do you want to bounce? All right. So, bros, weekly, not very good, but not losing anything, and that is key, right? Hasn't lost even those wicks. Definitely hasn't gotten to 58.80, which is what we have bounced off continuously. Now, upon doing so, you were unable to grab anything. And even every bounce that we've had so far has gotten weaker and weaker. There are, hold on. Holes in this chart. Gotcha. And then downside, you have so peep game. With overhead pressure like this, I'm curious if this doesn't punch down first. Damn, Regatti. Feeling naughty. And does something like this, where it builds up and gives you the space to give you that confluential target up there. So I again, when you're inside of a box, you have the freedom to react. And also the knowledge that a break is coming soon. Lower you go, the harder it gets. You got boxes on boxes there. So it looks like a punchback through 61.60 would lead to 63.15, and that might get the ball rolling. Is this sauce just for free? Yeah. Just make sure you close your eyes when I'm pouring the sauce. That sounded. You know what? Yeah, we got to
Excuse
close
me?
this week down. I don't know.
Good God.
Damn, when I'm saying this shit, yo. But it's only hitting me after I say it.
That's some real put the lotion on the skin type stuff, buddy.
I'm financial sauce on you, and I don't want it to get in your eyes. How? I thought I
Oh
was
my
being
God.
curious.
Let's just call it a day.
Let's just wrap it up, dude. Oh my god. All right. Warner Brothers. I'm sorry. WD down. I don't know, man. This thing is strength. Also, is this not getting bought out? Dude, you better be careful. Better be careful. Is this not getting bought out? If I'm not mistaken, can anybody double check that for me? I mean, yeah. What am I talking about? They were fighting Netflix or whatever is fighting over it. Um. So I mean, shit, dude. You got more empty space to the upside. You've done more recovering than you have done any losing. So the only thing that I could really do for you is say, well, how did you get here? And we
I
look over
didn't
to
even
it.
see the empty space to the upside.
Yeah, look. I just drew
My
that
phone
without
just
even,
off.
dude. I just drew that without even looking to my right, and that's what you how. Oh my god, what is above and what is below, right? And so this is nice box, and that is what you're holding. So if you were to lose 2750, go for it. But otherwise, I'm not sure how I feel about that one. AMSC up is not really signaling quite yet. It is holding, but it is not going. And for that, I sit and still wait. I expect that when this gets going, we will have multiple opportunities to do that. So, eh, Potter is so generous with his sauce. Yep. Yep. As expected, yeah, you Starbucks folks. How many people? I feel like you guys are being quiet about Starbucks, but there's a lot of people in here who were trading this one. I think it's set up. I mean, it's going into earnings with nothing but empty space up above it. I, even if it doesn't happen on earnings, it could be something fueled by it. You got 1, 2, 3. You do have a little bit of empty space, so at work maybe you get a big red candle here, it holds, and then it reverses intraday. But Starbucks has a pretty crazy setup, if you ask me. Weekly setup is well above where it needs to be, and only at the wick. So you have room to play while and earnings is when? Fucking Monday or something?
Like 3 days.
Wednesday.
I have a question. It's actually my ticker. So, would you draw a box on the 24-hour on the left? You see how my chart is?
Hold on, let me go back.
There's two other candles that didn't hit you can see the cost basis right there.
Mhm.
Now we've got that cost basis.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like I'm not in this yet, but I'm looking to get in it because technically this is a punchback. We've
It
failed
is.
twice and earnings is coming soon. So like I'm thinking like, dang, this kind of looking good, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. The only variable I think with this one is between the days that you have earnings. If it wants, it can, and this is still technically a punchback, it can go and tap that and bounce. And that's what I think that's the only thing that I'm thinking right now may happen as you're building the setup to go break as we speak. You left empty space. So I like going into next week, especially into earnings, that retest down there for a potential entry. And I mean, if you said you're not already in yet. So by the end of the day, if price is already moving back up and holding that cost basis, but with those two taps right there, yeah, I feel like, and being up against a major weekly, well, not a major, but you have 3 wicks here. It is possible to just see a quick wick down there, even fueled by earnings. So.
Thank you. That actually that's really nice because I see that too. Now that I'm like diving a little bit deeper, I
Yeah.
see that.
Yeah. It's interesting because a lot of the times price will set its you'll see it setting itself up for like especially if you're going into earnings. There was a trade on Tesla that we took on earnings, and I don't always take Tesla earnings, but on this one, I think I told people I was like, there's no way we're not there. It is. Look at this little bastard right here. Empty space all the way back up. You're sitting on the most ridiculous amount of volume. You had a box right here. You came back and retested. You had a box right here that you went and punched through. It sat on that old cost basis, wicked the floor, and just skyrocketed for 3 days straight.
I've
I think
noticed that a lot. If you fail cost basis, oh goodness, like you're in for a rip in the other direction, man. Like
yes,
it's
100%.
I've been like trading gold and like
Mhm.
I've doing like light risk, right? And I've been really watching the markets. If you fail a major cost basis, you get the biggest rejection. It is insane, and it happens every time.
Yeah.
On Starbucks, I seen it. I mean, you've seen it.
It's that. So what you just said is one of the reasons that I don't short things that are just plain and simply going up, because downside is bait. Even if it does, like, and I'm not talking about maybe small IWM intraday trades or something like that, where we took it to the upside and now we see an obvious pullback. Like those things are, but as far as like taking out a short against something, it'll even set up and look as if it wants to keep doing that, and it will. You know what is a good example of that one is GM. The way that one did it was I mean textbook, but boy and it wasn't cost basis, but it was structure, and boy that thing shot up immediately, and it's like GM's trajectory right now is up. So like if you're not taking this as a quick trade down, if I'm looking for continuation down, I better have confirmation for sure. And I do not want to be moving rapidly unless there's some sort of news behind it. So F Sun off 3. Holy shit. You know what, dude? I guess. I'm not even arguing with you at all. I'm not even being facetious. Yeah, fuck. Look at that. Yeah, do it. Tell me what happens. That's crazy. That is actually a wildly. I mean, I've never. Obviously, this is unrecognizable price action. First, Sun Capital. What do they have? One bank? How does that even
Can't
happen?
trade it. Don't have options.
They don't have
They got
options?
one big.
Oh, well then, yeah, look
Yeah,
at
I just
that.
seen that too.
Rigotti is not finding a floor right now, and it is going and filling that empty space down below so far. So that floor did not respond. That could be a sign. It's fallen pretty quickly. All right, what else do we got? Cost. Is this no? It's not all-time highs. Yeah, so this one actually has a kick-ass play that I expect to lead it into that exact mark, and that is hot damn. That's exactly what you tapped. You had a little bit of a false breakout, but I still, again, it led on the wicks of that 50% mark. So I'm not gonna. But it is over 993. And again, one of the things that has me always looking forward for the bigger play is holes in the chart. And that right there is a hole in the chart. So outside of this, I think it's pretty simple. You get that. Do I trade stocks? I don't trade stocks. I buy stocks, but I do trade options. What's up?
What are we shorting?
Shorting? Oh, no. We're
Gold.
not. Hold.
What are you looking at? I can't see.
Why is my channel
What
close?
is it? No. Okay. Oh, that's the gold. I thought you were looking at IWM.
No, not yet. Not yet. That one slammed
Holy
right down into
shit,
that
dude.
60. Dude, if I had I set this up. I actually
Oh,
just
you
went and
saw
bet.
that shit?
This was one of those trades where like I almost took a nap while it was happening. But I almost hit 40% on the 40. Oh, dude, awesome. Big buck Wall Street, hell yeah, dude. But that one, dude, Empty space didn't get filled above. You triggered through the lower time frame cost basis at 269.25. That triggered the gap fill at 268. That failed to respond. You didn't even get a retest. So that gave you the second target of 266. And I said this morning, if that fails, you will fill that empty space and retest 264.78. And now it's here and it's not responding. It's dead.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
I do think that there is a another target down below 262. Let me look at the weekly, actually. Well, that doesn't help.
No, that it looks like it's just been massively leveraging by how the candles are like set up and stuff. If you look at the 30-minute,
You know
like
what? If
no
you're gonna
name has
short
closed
it, I feel like it's you have two targets on this on
zero.
IWM short. Two, yeah, that will come. 260.55. That is a clean fire ass target. And if you've got gigantic tariff field balls, you could look at 257.77, maybe 256.65 on a longer expiration trade. Well, that answers
I
my
have
GM question.
260s.
Yeah, there you go. What's
I have
up?
260s 2 weeks out.
Oh shit. 2 weeks out is good
Yeah.
expiration.
I grabbed those like earlier in the day though, just out of my psychotic episode.
I'm sorry. I just
I
saw that.
crashed out on my Instagram about the yen though on my stories.
I saw it, dude. I felt I
No,
felt
no,
like
no.
I felt like the PM
There's
of Japan had fucking heard you or something, dude. They started moving after that post.
there's two new ones. There's two new ones. You'll see them later.
Okay. What did I tell you guys on CVS today? Right, retest off of what is above and what is below. I'm gonna get it tattooed on my chest, right across my chest. It's not gonna make any sense to anybody in public, but 8250, and 8350 were the two ranges. So I mean, the target still remains 8350 to the upside, and obviously as it closes this way inside of a wick, it looks good. What are we doing, Q's? Manny, stop me.
Weaving and bobbing.
I want to short it. I want to short it all the way to 610. That's what I want. That's the
So to
nasty.
see that,
Listen. That came out of the darkest part of me. That came from. You know what that play? That play was fueled by child abuse or something. Because I'm sorry, that was too far. But seriously, that
Peanut butter.
yeah, this is a peanut butter fueled trade right here. But I am, and I think you guys have seen me do this a couple of times, where the Qs lead, IWM will lag, or IWM will lead and the Qs will lag, or they'll move in opposite directions, but one leads the other. And we are seeing a pullback on IWM after reaching its new highs. Yeah. So I'll let you guys know what I think about that later, but we are retesting the signal down as we speak, right? So we haven't gotten the signal down, but there is more empty space underneath that 621.71. And that's where we look to take that play a little bit further. So, all right, let's speed through these so we can. It's 3:15. Yeah, VSAT. Oh my God, I haven't seen VSAT in fucking ever. What do you want to do to this, or what do you want it to do to you? Let's see. Weekly. So I do see immediately. I see a clean. I see trend. All right, that's the first immediate thing that catches my eye. It is clean, right? I'm seeing the points of contact that I need, so I'm going to give it. Give it. Now, I don't have much to go off of, right? I have a range here. That's cost basis. Where's the floor? Not cost basis. That's the 50% mark. The floor's there. That's what you've retested this week. So you're still holding, but you are in limbo in between the two. Over that high of 46.50, because of the empty space in here, I would be targeting all of that. Possibly up to 70.60, which should be, wait for it. Oh, cost basis. So I got a room. I got a room. Every company that makes me at least 100 grand, I tattoo the logo. Oh man. Buy the red if you want bread. What are you guys shouting about INTC here? You know what I think? It's bamboozling time. You do have a 43. I don't see a floor here, dude. Yeah, you got a floor right there at $44. That's where I would want to see that first tap. That could be where you play it red. Or play it. I work at VSAT in California. Talk to me. No, just kidding. Don't say anything. I'm not, I don't know Trump that well to get a pardon later on. You'll see all my posts. Silver up. Guys, I can't help you. I'm just going to say that. I cannot help you. I mean, seriously, I just, there's nothing I can say. I could write you like a little card or something, or send you like some flowers or fruit in the shape of flowers, but I can't tell you anything about something that is ripping into all-time highs. So you have fib extensions, and that's it. So I mean, if you want to look at fib extensions, we could do that, but that's just, you know what I mean? PBS weakness is all-time highs, and I'm okay with that. I mean, it's getting me a little salty here, but yeah. Bonds and stocks moving in the same direction is not good. Because you can't hedge your asset. Well, brother, cost basis is real for damn sure. I forgot yours. Where? Where'd you have that? I skipped that one on purpose, dude. No, I'm just kidding. No, seriously though. I'll do it in just a second. My bad. I mean, dude. First of all, perfect example, right, of cost basis. Obviously, the first question, and you guys should be getting good at this because I am repeating myself over and over again. What is above? What is below? What did you get? How did you get here? Right? That was your punchback. That is how you got here. So as long as you are still above that, you are good. I would expect, if this is operating normally, at most a 1337 retest, and that's where you would like to build. Hey Potter, can you explain why Microsoft did pop today? I got calls massive. Yeah, so we actually called this. I mean, I spoke about this one earlier on the 24-hour time frame. I think a couple people were trading this one. Actually, I think somebody asked me about it short a couple of days ago, but on the lower time frame, the higher time frame really didn't do me any good, but on the lower time frame with the open, we called for a punchback, right? That was the first signal. You needed to get through the 50% mark of this box, and if you did, you had a target of 459. Obviously, rolling that over, there was only one thing on the 24-hour, which is why it's so important to focus on the higher time frames empty space once you've gotten through the lower time frames flak, to take it up there. Now, what you will find really interesting is, once again, the strategy prevails and Microsoft is being held down, which has me suspecting that we'll build a box in here. Can I go over what IWM did today? Yeah, IWM, if you go watch my YouTube video from this morning and the trade blueprint that I gave you for IWM, I spoke about the pre-market or the 30-minute punchback down through that 269.30. That would have given you the gap. The gap has a little range on it, but yeah, the gap would have led to the top of this range here, and if that was lost, the empty space inside of it down to 264.83. I was going to sweep. I mean, you could have taken that today. You know what I mean? All right. I know a lot of people are watching this one. Yeah. So did we? Yeah. Holy shit. So we did talk about that yesterday. As far as I'm concerned, Iran looks good as far as holding what's underneath it. You are trying to do that right now. You do have an excessive amount of empty space above you or below you. How did you get here? You got through there, so 57.73, that would be downside, but what is above you? So that's what worries me is obviously there is a lot of not empty space up above you. There is, however, a range. So I think the next target is going to be 59.25 and 61.89.63. If you are on TikTok, please tap your screen. This is all free. Don't sleep on the workshop. No bullshit. It will change your life once you get the hang of it. Posted today's gains. My biggest trade ever. I want to see. Holy shit. Holy shit. Yeah, no shit, man. That's a good damn day for a small account. I'd pay myself, dude. I'd like right now when you're feeling good, when it's hot. Oh man, get it out. Do it again. That's fire. That's fire.
Rinse
Congrats,
and
man.
repeat.
Rinse and repeat, dude. Imagine somebody hands you $4,000, you know? It's absolutely nutty, man. What'd you pay for this contract, if you don't mind me asking? I don't see where you paid. 635. I could find out, but one filled quant at 27.11. Transferred a third of my account. We're having a great weekend. Thanks, Spotter. Marky's mushies. Dude. Does monthly give me access to your Discord? Yes, but you cannot use voice chat. It's really a trial. If you want to see what the Discord is like, but if you have not taken the workshop, I will not break the sanctity of the Discord. You are, if everybody in here who talks and and charts together, they've gone through the workshop. 99.8% of them. And so because of that, they're all speaking the same language. If you come in, it is, I don't mind new people coming in and having the workshop and asking questions. That's cool. But if you come in and you don't have that directory, you're just going to put that all on everybody else. And that's going to take away from, like if you're asking like, the most simple questions in, a high frequency time, that's just not going to be fair to everybody else. So, all right. Well, anyway, Marky, enjoy your weekend, man. I'm fucking proud of you, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude. Congrats.
Yeah, man. Congrats. It's good stuff, man. Ooh, yeah. Ivy put slow mode on the chat because you guys being bad, dude. Being bad. Would I mind going over how I played meta this week? Yeah. It is 3:24 though. We need to after this we're gonna go ahead and get to moving. So really quickly, the start of this play, as you guys who were with me, we were talking about the wide fluctuation in price, possibly creating a channel. We also knew that Meta had moved down to this structure and was flat, gave us 3 bounces off the bottom, and so I was looking at a punch back or a punch out into that empty space. I got into this trade. I got stopped out of this trade on a lower time frame. Ended up building a box, leaving empty space behind. So I re-entered. The day I did end up getting a decent gain on it, but it didn't lose anything towards the end of the day. And when we first looked at this trade, we saw the empty space. And again, when we fall fast and you hit structure and you do not keep going, or you do not show weakness, or if you want to look at it this way, if sellers are not doing their job in motion as it's moving down, they're still pushing, then more than likely we're going to go back up, whether it's to go find more sellers or they're out of gas. So with a gap up above, which is just empty space on crack, and all of the empty space leading up to 640, I planned my trade through what was empty space and rippage before, and dumpage and quick moves down before, and I just wanted to rinse and repeat. Once it grabbed hold of the floor at 641, and it was basically up, yesterday, I decided to grab some 660 calls for the cheapski, and I swung them into today. And that was the final. I got out of all of the original position that I had taken at the base though when it hit cost basis. So, all right. Yeah, congratulations to Marquis Munchies. That's awesome, dude. All right, so can you please make a specialized mega ADHD plan for me, please? You got mad ADHD? You need routine, brother. You need routine. Structure. Join the U.S. military today.
An Adderall.
No, don't do that. I mean, do what you need to do, but all right. So as we're moving into the end of the day, we got 30 minutes left. And again, we're only taking trades before we start any of this analysis. We are only taking trades that fit the setup. How much more evidence do you need that empty space, structure, breakage? That is what you are looking for this week. Obviously on Meta, obviously on USAR. I think a couple of you guys, oh no, it was Carvana, Microsoft. Oops. Microsoft, all of these, AMD last week, right? Empty space, break, all of these stocks had relatively clear setups, and we could narrate the reason why we took them or why we're taking them. So let's make sure that as we move into the weekend, we're not taking things just because we have money in our account or we did well or whatever. At least there needs to be a reason, even if you are speculating. All right. Now, with that being said, let's go look at the cues. And I'm not really getting anything, right? I mean, I think there's room to speculate on a potential pop over and through this yesterday or today. And again, I'm watching as we near the end of the day to see if we lose anything, because the fact of the matter is we have not. So as far as a technical bias, we're still bullish, right? My question still remains, is this a retest? And with the overhead pressure, right, if we're able to move through that punchback that I described earlier to you, I'd be willing to take a small potential short. And if that happened by the end of the day, that would be awesome. But empty space has been filled. All of it is gone, other than all-time highs. So if you take it downside, remember, you are going against the grain. So just make sure that, like every trade we take, you are using appropriate risk. If you are, then you should be okay, no matter what the outcome is. On the weekly time frame, right, still pretty bullish. So either we're getting another range candle here, or we're looking at that 634.34 to the upside. If anything was to fail, which right now it does not look like it will, I still have a target down in the 600s. So, all right. SPY, a little bit of a different scenario here. It did crawl, and I told you guys at the beginning of the week, if SPY was still underneath this, that could be considered a short. It is not. So honestly, looking at how it is set up, again, like the Qs, sitting in its box, having not lost anything quite yet. Yeah, it has not lost anything substantial. 680 or 680, 650 would be one of those major marks that we would need to see broken down going into next week. To the upside, you still have a remaining 691.50. That's a trigger for potential continuation into all-time highs yet again. So a lot of, I think next week could be really exciting as in terms of continuation, whether we see a pullback retest and whip up through the box, or if this is in fact a retest. So what? I just need to let go when they're green. What you mean? All right, last one, and probably one of the only ones that's got the most fluid movement at the moment. On the 24-hour time frame, IWM fell from the sky, and it's not very often that it just closes this way. You see here it does, and doesn't at least give you another new low. So in respect to the chart and the waves, right, we move down into the lower time frame, and it is only this, that's 263.67, that we would have to break. And our target, if we continue down, is in fact 260. If you're looking for continuation or expecting that this range underneath us breaks, which we don't know yet, you don't know, I don't know, we don't know, but if it bounces, I would expect a nasty fucking retest, or at least to 266.81. So jumping the gun right here off of an emotional big red candle, even with those big red candles down that follow through, it still gapped up in your face, right? Still goes up before it goes down. So with that being said, don't be chasing. The trigger has yet to be broken. So I hold too long, get greedy, and contracts reverse. Are you trading point A to point B? I think that's the biggest question, right? You're not trading from when you take a trade, you should have it written down on a piece of paper or something, or on the chart itself. Here, empty space. If you have a trim, that's fine. You just have to know that whatever you have reclaimed, whatever you have grabbed hold of, that is your runner stop loss. How do you see gaps? Is it on YouTube? My workshop has a complete breakdown of gaps. It's pretty simple. For me, my gap theory is goes a bit like this. If you gap up above a box, that's a go. If you gap up above cost basis, that's a gap and go. If you gap up to the bottom of a box, that's a rejection. So actually, it's one of the more foolproof things that I have in my arsenal, because it's just giving that, even if the pullback is temporary, none of these have to be continued, but yeah. Okay. Okay. What are you looking at like? Huh? That's what I thought. Eh. Yeah, I ain't talking shit. What you gonna do about it? All right. Sorry, it's my wife. Alrighty. So ETFs going, I mean, definitely with IWM, I'd love to see continuation. There's definitely a lot of money, I think, that could be made on a pullback with IWM. I think even if you're late to the party, 260 being lost still gives you a great opportunity to take profit and leave runners. So what should I get? I put 85. What should I get? I put 85. What does that mean? Potter, you say indexes need to follow the boxes better or worse than individual stocks? Why is Adderall Adderall is bad. Why is Adderall bad? Just for me, man, I can't live like that. That was, I mean, it felt like I was on fucking exactly what it is. Jaw clenching, sweating, no eating, weight loss, staring into the void. I didn't like it. I mean, when I did lock in, see, the shitty thing is you'll lock in, but sometimes you'll lock in on some dumbass shit. Like, let me whittle this branch with a pocket knife. 2 hours later, you're like, I suck at whittling and my life's gone now.
All right, Potter, help me out here.
What's up?
I see these Qs down to 619. I don't know.
Qs down to 619.
Am I looking at this wrong?
If you're a trigger away, I mean, I was just talking about that. If it loses the 620 floor, I mean, honestly, dude, I think 619 is a bit shy because I see 615 and 614 as that is the most obvious target to the downside is right there. If you lose this, which you clearly are trying to make sure that you don't, so it's only speculation that would lead us to look down. Now, I again, I'm speculating on a position to the downside on the Qs to 612. Use a small bit of profits from this week and speculate on that. But we are sitting right up against the trigger to squeeze out, you know? So, yeah, I was rolling. Yeah, that shit was no good for me, man.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, the 612s for next week are pretty expensive.
I don't know if you need to
Going
play. You don't need to
going
play the
past like 4 days.
78 or 89 bucks. Not 78, Jesus Christ. Just Alexa Dash. It's
Yeah, I got a
January.
620, a 619, a 615.
You said you're gonna wait until
We up?
IWM
Yeah.
gives you the trigger. before
Man,
you get in?
I can't the contracts. I can't do it. I can't. Yeah, I can't. Like the only reason. So when I sit down, I'm real as fuck with myself. Why am I taking this? Right when I know damn well that price is going to respond here, and it's the only variable that would lead me into there is me thinking in my mind that it is going to gap down, or that something over the weekend is going to drive price even lower. Do I know either one of those things? I don't. So a fast as fuck, excuse my language, but a fast as hell drop down, and you still have yet to even get to the centroid, whatever the fuck, the cost basis, right? 63.75, and that has a lower time frame trigger here that ultimately drives us all the way down. So with this big 24-hour candle and looking at the repeatability of continuing a short based off of that, yes, but it's not always that straightforward. In fact, most of the downside moves, even if you look right here, folks, right here, dump fast, fill up the empty space. You even pop out above it, and then you drive down. So, yeah, same thing here. I mean, you gap down on this one, but right here, look, drive down, close red, gap up, wick, and then drive down. Same thing here. Wick up, touch green, almost touch green candle, and then drive down. So when I look at this, you know what I see? Let me see if I can make this happen. Let me show you what I see in my mind.
It's almost cheaper to get the entry on the retest, huh?
Cheaper, but also I think just more efficient based on, again, I can't just swing something, even if it did gap down. I would just be building building the wrong blueprint in my mind of what I need to be doing. I'm too familiar with how price action likes to behave outside of an anomaly or outside of a potential crazy variable that I, don't know about. But that's what I see. What you see right there is exactly what I would expect going into Monday. And if you look at where we're closing and look at where that would likely retest, could I grab it there? For sure. Let me now also I could even see that, which would be a retest of all of that empty space, which is, again, easy to move through. So if sellers don't fucking mean business, if they don't have the fuel of institutions behind them, then I feel that there will be a better opportunity to enter. And if I'm wrong, cool. Well, at least I'm still following my rules. It could be a great day trade on Monday. Could be a great day trade on Monday. So the one thing about IWM is if you decide to speculate, it's not like you're going to fucking blow your back out trying to get a potential contract. Like you could get the 257s or even the 255s, playing outside of the money and look at it that way. So, but anyway, that's what I see. So I personally am going to hold off on that one. Qs, I might, well, we'll see. All right. Let's really quickly move through any other requests that you guys have. I do like Netflix going in to the end of the day. If you are still in this trade, talk about backs being blown out, dude. This thing is taking its time, but it is moving in the right direction. It is still trending correctly. It did explode off of that. So with the empty space up above, cowabunga, dude. I don't know what else to tell you. We got a floor underneath us of 85.50 that needs to hold. Otherwise, we would see a major retest down below or right around 85, which would put us in jeopardy of losing the empty space underneath us. So we know where we need to go out. And I know what I'm swinging, and I'm swinging those up to 87. So okay, I meant to sell those or buy them more, but I guess we're not doing that. Okay. So what stocks do you recommend for buying 100 shares for smaller account? I mean, now that's gonna come with charting with us. When we find good equity plays, like, I mean, I don't have like a list off the top of my head because I'm already in what I like. So if I, or even on Rivian, Rivian's something that I really like, but am I worried about the floor? I'm not worried about it right now so actually, I'm thinking as I'm charting right now and I'm like, well, again, there's not really much to be said at the moment. But if Netflix, you know, potentially continues, let's see, Microsoft potentially continues. Meta, right? Maybe continues, and this one's getting a nice little fast pullback now, literally as we speak. Then what's to say we can't see continuation on the Qs? So, all right. Target. I took a late February's 120s based off this clean move to cost basis this morning. Well, that's good. You not only is it clean, I think just more importantly, you did not allow for price to close underneath 105. That's a beautiful retest. That's a gap up above. I love it. Obviously, you guys know I'm in equity on target as well. Looks like it might still be operating inside of that channel if you move into a lower time frame. There's a couple of triggers here that you're going to be looking for next week. 106, 108.60 and 109.50 should be two areas to look for target. All right, let's keep it moving here. Boyle at 109, I sold 150. Now the rest are runners. Do I see more upside potential? Yes, I do. I see 30-40, and I also see that gap fill up there. Again, there's no telling, but natural gas is a beast in terms of when it decides to move and how far it goes in this environment. And the fact that you did come back down and you did tap the floor and you are building, yeah, I could see this one possibly giving some runners. So let's see here. KR looks better, looks good. Got a little retest off the floor. Ah, fuck, here we go. I would love it if it was above that fucking 64.20. I would love it, but if as long as it holds there. How's Kroger looking for? Damn, oh fucking dirt cheap. Man, rejoice. Yeah, those are nice. Yeah, fucking February 6s. It looks good. 2 to 3 weeks out. 66.16. Yeah, it looks great. Sheesh. That's
The Q bounced nicely, Potter.
I'm watching right now.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, it's a widow's queen. All right, let's see here. What else do we have? Anything else? TJX.
Did you get out of those K Maxes? Would it falling out the box?
No. Remember, I got in earlier than that, but no, I haven't gotten out yet. It does have a retest off of 4550. I am red though. Down here. So it's kind of too close, but it is setting up if you did get out for a potential re-entry above 49. What is the workshop about? How long? Time of day? So it's already pre-recorded. The workshop is an entire breakdown from start to finish of my strategy, how to get started from start to finish, from point A to point B. With testing material in there as well. And again, that was all recorded live. So you get the questions, you get the answers, all of it. And essentially that if we do another live class, that'll be your opportunity to be learning. There won't be any trading being done. And we'll just be going through the classes again. So those of you guys, some of you guys are probably going to do it for the second time, or some of you guys might. I know a couple people said they'd be willing to come in. Some of the students that have been successful or been in here for a while both can talk to you as well. So the workshop slaps. Pothead is such a good teacher. Thank you.
Yes, the best eyes.
The kid, bro, smile, dude. That was a foolish comment. You telling another grown man to smile? Well, you want me to put my hair down too while I'm at it? Fucking. He said smile. I was sweeping your parents out of here. Oh my god, get the fuck out of here. Alright. What else do we got? Oh yeah, TJX, my bad. Weekly downside. Weekly downside. So on the weekly time frame, the only thing, so a couple of key things here. You did lose your floor. So yeah, yeah, you're closing. So there you don't, but there you do. The only thing that I see that could just throw a wrench in this, but I'll just say, period, in the story, you're good. This does look good for the candle close. Your target down below will be 151, 150. There is empty space up above you. And there could be a quick retest off of 155.32 before this all goes down. But as of right now, I mean, you're getting a little resistance at these wicks, so it tells me that retest could likely happen. But yeah, Kroger looks really good. Yeah, Kroger looks good. I mean, yeah, I'm gonna take my shot. It's low risk, potentially high reward. You have an imbalanced target of 65, so you could play next week's contracts. Nah. No, those are just as expensive. They do drop off, so you could play 66s and just play the IB off of them. But anyway, it looks good. The 24-hour is pretty convincing. It's got nothing but empty space up above it. So at least in the most recent price action, which again, we're focusing just purely on that. So yeah, it looks good. I like it. Yeah, this is a new account.
Potter, what do you think about UPS down?
Oh, Reddit. Hold on one second. And where the fuck how did I miss these? You're mid punch down. So you haven't fully completed the punch. It actually looks like a box that was already punched through. Yeah, it is. Well, son of a bitch. There's your box. There's your punch through. So, dude, I can't really say that's bearish quite yet. Could be a punch down. What has to happen is 106 needs to be lost. That would be step one of getting this one down. There is a couple of pitfalls here, like that candle close. It's probably going to give you a little bit of trouble. Let's look at the weekly really quick. So the weekly says essentially the same thing that I said. The only difference is, yeah, that is what you're holding. So the retest would be 102.84. All right. IBIT up 24. Oh my God. What the fuck? This is a disturbing chart. I'm disturbed. Man. Honestly, the first thing that comes to my mind right now is Tesla. Back to the example I just showed you. Back and yeah, it had earnings, and that was but it was that squished ass candles that led to a pretty fucking nasty reversal, and that's just typical price action for anything. I'm not gonna act like I have expertise. The way that this setup is, it is confusing. It is sitting at cost basis. It could bounce. It does seem to like to do those type of things at the end or overnight. So if anything, right, over the wick of 51.71, 53.50. Also, we've already gotten a wick here. So sellers aren't, or buyers aren't really doing their job either. That right there, honestly, I think it's better for you to go chart Bitcoin. Don't, chart Bitcoin rather than charting this, because you're going to be able to make I think easier correlations. Yeah, way easier. Fuck that chart. There it is. That's all you need right there. And sure, you could absolutely, outside of the wick or outside of 90.40 or 94, take this one back up. I think in a bear flag, right, which most, again, I don't fucking care about, bear flags are trash, but in this situation, man, I tell you what, dude, that would be one hell of a fucking squeeze. And if they did squeeze this out, they will squeeze it all the way up in here. Longer this goes sideways, the higher the probability that that happens. So, do you focus on options or just swing? I got one better. I focus on option swings. How about them apples? All right, we got 6 minutes. If you had a good week, remember to withdraw, and hopefully you're taking trades that make sense as we near the end of the day here. Still looking good on Netflix as we near the close. 2 hours looking Oh yeah. We're gonna find out. I like that a lot. I have 400 extra to play with. What should I take? Do you know my strategy, Perez? Really good? I feel like the ones that we went over, if you do, just checking. I'm pretty sure you do. But this one right here, I do like this one, so. Ivy, you signaling in here? Oh, shit. Ivy, I'm going to need you to submit another one of those reports to management, please. Please have the Discord monitor take a look at that at the end of the day. We take reports very seriously around here. Me making side. You're wild, dude. It's a great chart. Yeah. Filipino trading star. American Airlines. What are we looking at? Down? Oh my God. So it isn't traditional empty space on the weekly for sure. The weekly, I think it keeps it simple. It just tells you need an expiration. $14 would be the target underneath. Now, you also need to consider that your floor, that is your imbalance, but you're closing flat on it. So it looks okay. Have some good time on that one. I am, yes, I'm in Kroger. I am in Kroger. What do you think about MSDR? If you guys are in here and you did have a kick-ass play this week that wasn't on one that we took, post which ticker that was. Maybe a chart too on which one. I just want to kind of review some of the solid plays that we took, even if I wasn't in them. So this is, I mean, folks, this is where life can be easy. Charting can be easy. You could use a children's storybook to describe what's happening here. The poor little lion is trapped in a cage. And when the little lion gets outside of the cage, he's going to eat everybody. All the way up to 234.40. Seriously, that is, when you fall into the cage, you got to get out. And that's what's holding you down. So does this candle tell me anything? It tells me that we're holding the floor, and that's it. All right, give me 2 seconds. I need to look at something on IWM and the Qs. It's the same
That's gonna be
setup.
that's gonna be a sweet trade back up, though.
It's going to be a sweet trip. Well, I mean, if we're truly bearish, I do not think at all that we leave without touching 267. And you know what? I'll be wrong and just miss out. I have to fight that temptation to take something. I mean, how long has it spent here? 3 hours. 3 hours. So if it continues down and it just gaps down all the way to 260, oh fucking well, I'll bounce it next week. I cannot take it. I will not take it. Knowing that, I just can't. If you plunge, you got to keep plunging. I'm not playing anything on the IWM. Kroger over Netflix. I mean, I'm kind of low-key salivating over Netflix, if I'm being honest with you. I like it so much. 60 seconds yet left. Dorks and Dorkettes.
What happened to INTC?
Death, my friend.
I see.
Yeah, the circle of life. I do believe it's about to whip ass, though. Like, it's going to torture. Build. Pop. Maybe a little bit different, but yeah, I think I already. Yeah, I think maybe even we expand a little bit further, but yeah, after earnings like that. Bro, loved the kid's storybook. It made a lot of sense to me. What if it is Black Monday? I can't trade like that. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm hedging with the Qs. Like I said, I'm hedging with the Qs. I'm calling it a hedge because it makes me feel better. And I have those down for 610. So if you're long on any tech shit, then you can hedge. But this is the only one that didn't pull back. So Ding, ding, ding. By the way. So you have 15 minutes to still play the cues down if you need.
You're only hedging with the Qs.
I heard what you just said, and no, I'm hedging with them. It's crazy.
I don't know how to hedge quite yet, so I don't do it.
That's good.
Only time I take both sides is earnings.
What are we doing in live trading chat? Oh my god, dude. I scared you? Oh, my bad. IWM is at the SMA. Yeah, I don't really do any of that, my brother. Just next week for Monday. Yep. All right. So let's what trades did you guys take this week that made you a bag? Did anybody have any trades they want to recap or throw in the thing? I'm gonna recap a couple of them. Obviously, Meta was a highlight. So if you guys weren't here, we took this one off the floor, off of structure, with empty space back up above us with a 642 target and runners up to possibly 655. I got out of that one and then swung 660s yesterday into today, and those worked out really, really well. I'd like to talk about Netflix already, but we got to wait on that one. I feel like we'll be recapping that trade next week. I sure hope so. It closed really, really well.
What do you have on Netflix?
86, 87 calls.
Okay. Yeah. You got in those earlier in the week, right?
Yeah. I added today. That's why I hesitate when I said that, because I don't know if you want to call it. That would have blended the days now. Isn't Tesla like options and shit? That comment cracks me up. Isn't it like options and shit? It does have options and shit. Yes, it does. And occasionally that shit has money in it. Yes, Kroger. Yes, yes, yes. I am in Kroger. I used to steal from
Are you in the
Kroger all
weeklies
the
for those?
time. I'm in next week's and 2 weeks out.
Hey Potter,
Okay, cool.
if you drop to the 4-hour on that Kroger,
Uh-huh.
does on the left, there's a green candle on the left?
Yep.
Does that concern you at all?
Nope.
And
What are we closing up against? Up against that floor. That floor should be defended. Nobody's defending it. So I'll accept that as price being accepted. And then next week, we're going to try to avoid any sort of pullback underneath this 63.96. So yeah, it does have empty space. My hope is that it gaps up, retest, and then just goes. Or maybe it does it over just all of it. I don't know. Kroger is in the grocery store? Yeah. Regatti is dying. Did you take a position on that one? I'm still kind of waiting on that one, man, because it really hasn't lost anything enough for me to go short. It bounced, it left behind empty space. It could fill if it engulfs that, we're gone. I couldn't see it any other way. Yeah, USAR was another one that people took in the Discord. This one was, I mean, I hope you guys were able to make bank off of that. Let's see the games. So what's in the games page? Oh, a little 378% runner on IWM. Michael. Look at that, baby. Good job, dude. Good job.
BJ doesn't look too bad.
DJ?
BJ.
Oh, I was about to say, fuck him, man.
It looks like closed up against his cost basis and his empty space above.
Yeah. Something about it makes me want to fight, but yeah, it does look good. My fist got all tingly, dude. I don't know what that was. Got a visceral animal-like response from this one. 102.35 and then up to 105. How are the contracts? That's probably what's triggering me. How do the contracts look on that thing?
Got that. The 5 cents, the 6 cent,
They got a what?
6 cents.
What's the spread on them?
How many cents is it?
Hold on. Let me look for myself. They're not bad. Yeah, like 105s or something like that. Yes, I got Netflix. I got Netflix. Tap your screen if you're on TikTok. All right.
Hey Potter, I'm kind of new to this hedging kind of stuff, and we're seeing this downside on the Qs. We're taking you took the swings, and I decided to grab like a $10 call for 2 days. So Tuesday for 634 because it is a big.
Yeah. Well, I would expect it to explode if it blew past all of this resistance that it's somehow held together for months now. You know, going all the way back to November of last year. It's just been the same wall. So if it did break through, I would expect price to move pretty quickly. So, but that is if you're short, then that would be a hedge. Something far out.
10.
Yeah, and that's
far out. It was 10.
Yeah, you did it good. Yeah, you did a good job.
Awesome. Good. Yeah, this is my first time hedging, so
look at that. How long is the $80 membership good for? A month. A month.
Potter, did you swing anything? I had to get out of the car a little bit.
Oh, yes, I am. I'm swinging Netflix. I'm swinging Kroger. I got some Qs. Obviously, I've
Okay,
got.
I already had Netflix and Qs. That's all I got for next week.
Okay, cool.
Qs down.
Oh, that's right. You were saying that earlier. Only swing trade this week was coin put short sold. Mark W, nice. Mark W, dude, nice. 476% on that. Very good, bud. Yeah, Elf. The best thing to do with Elf is just to let it do its thing. I mean, because we have such a great average, if you're with me, if you bought when I bought, and I have a 65.92 average. Damn. Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's right. But this one is and I did double down, so that's right. I brought my average up. But at this point, there's nothing else to do except for we need to get a hold of this floor, which we did not do, so we could expect for consolidation, but with so much empty space up there, man, least of my concerns. It's still something that could be added to, potentially if the floor gets reclaimed, but we are all swingers. Oh Lord. I love the elf play. It's been the least stressful money I've made. Yeah, dude. It's just no stress. It's just let it do its thing. It really, dude, it's fucking sick to wake up and be like, oh yeah, my bank account's up. Like instead of your savings, I typically stay away from low volume stocks. Subu, Ubu. The only reason I'd get monthly is to ask you questions. I mean, you could if you'd like. Yeah. You guys are swingers and your wives are okay with it? My wife loves it.
Just put your keys in the fishbowl.
It's funny.
Man, a bunch of freaks on this thing.
Yeah, well, what's new?
Some freaker leaks.
I mean, honestly, when I look at the Discord, I got to look at myself. You know, they say, you know, the people that are attracted to you are reflections.
Well, listen, that's what happens in life. You know, you got that
Attracted to
attraction for that.
Is it truly me that is the freak? No, I'm just kidding.
100%.
No, what the fuck?
I'm not saying you're a freak. You attract them. I'm sorry. Let's get this
Bro,
right.
you're the leader of the peanut club over here.
Eat
Kidding me?
ass.
Eat
Did
From a
Just
dark,
one
dark
of them
place.
today. Of the 5.
you red-handed? I saw your mic light up and everything. You, you know
Dude,
what?
Did you clip that?
You know what? Dock 50 cents off the weekly paycheck. How about that? Every time you use that soundboard, 50 cents. That's right. I didn't want to have
That's
to
not
do
right.
that.
That's not right.
That's not
You ask her to
right.
do things, and then that's what happens.
Damn. Crazy. Here, I'll tell Ivy to do that.
You know that's 15 and a half bot. You just told her to take off. That's rude, dude.
What'd you say?
The 50 cents is 15 and a half bot. You just told her to take off that check. That's cold.
That's damn. Yeah, you're right.
Bro, how do you make your voice sound like a transformer?
Wow, Dad.
You gotta like fuck with your modem while it's connected. Damn, how the fuck did you do that, bro? That's funny.
Yeah, I have
All
no
right.
idea what's going on down here, bro. I think we're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna have a big snowstorm Sunday, so like, you can't get anything. The shelves are bare. There's nothing. People are running out of lunch meat. Delis.
Oh shit.
Crazy.
Where you at?
Philly.
He's you can't hear it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He said, "Oh yeah, yeah."
Y'all there.
Yeah, we're
Apocalypse, man.
yeah. Everybody, stay safe and warm this weekend. Remember, if your windshield is frosty, you just pour boiling water on it. It'll. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. Please don't do that. It was a joke.
That's really good.
That's a joke. That's a
Yeah,
joke.
Oh, God, someone's gonna
That's
do
a
that
joke.
shit now, Parker.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. I'm serious. Don't do
I
that.
have a serious question.
Yeah,
before
what's
you get
up?
all crazy, all right?
Yeah. What's up?
The stock market won't close Monday if it's like 2 feet of snow, right?
Oh, dude, no. That thing's good. Yeah, no. That's never gonna. No.
Okay.
Yeah, there would have to be
Jeff?
like. Yeah. What's up?
Hi, sorry to interrupt. Just wanted to ask which discount are you referring to? The 25% is still up.
Oh, it is? Okay, leave it up then. It's
Yeah.
on the website. Yeah, it's on the website if you're looking for the discount.
The areas that are getting snow, it's 50% discount.
Oh yeah.
Life National Guard activated. Damn, this shit's getting serious.
It's
Getting
like
a little.
250 million people are going to be impacted by this storm.
Holy shit, dude.
I'd never let 250 million people impact me, dude. Never. Could never let that happen,
Listen,
man.
when I was younger,
I'm just kidding.
we had 30 something
Number
inches in
6.
1996. I don't know what the big problem.
Dog, what?
Back in my
Everybody's
day,
off
dude, we had to
nowadays.
walk through 6 foot of snow.
In
Time back then.
1996, we had 30 inches.
Damn.
Time, man. My kids don't have school today because it's too cold.
That's kind of cool, though.
That's crazy.
They can't go
Yeah, I'm in
outside.
Virginia, bro. That shit's about to be fucked up.
Yeah, we're looking at ice coming in here. Where's the
Yo, look up Hanover County, Virginia ice facility. They're building a facility like 10 minutes from the house.
Yeah, different ice, man.
Yeah,
Fucking crazy.
go put
You
sugar
guys
in the
see that snow
concrete.
like Russia?
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get anything now. Look, we're good.
Yeah, it moved its way up to Michigan.
But what do you know about the blizzard of '78? Nothing. I love how Zinnies tries to sell me my own glasses all the time. And ever since I bought diamonds for Peyton, fucking come on now. Crone brilliance. Yeah. It's going to be interesting. All right. Yeah, let's look at a few more and then we'll go ahead and call it a day. EQT. Not UQT. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, it's got a little range up here, up yonder. Oh, stopped right at the 50. So yeah, you need a candle close outside of 56 to get up into that empty space, $58. All right. You want to try to ski SKR? I only remember skiing in Spanish because the teacher was trying to teach us without us knowing what the word was. So she was like playing charades and she was motioning as if she was skiing. And you just use that your mental imagination. And we were like 13 crying laughing at her, dude. I mean, I got kicked. She like excused us from the classroom. And I could that we always like that was yeah. I'll never forget that word. SKR. Reddit. It does have a good bounce potential to get back up to 225. I like that going into next week. The rest of it, though, that's a big shelf. So you would have to go and move through that over 228. You have a gap to fill, and that might open up that Reddit trade. Doesn't look bad. It does look like if it loses 210, though, you have a great setup. Yeah, you get a good setup both ways. So. Oh my God, Manny's turning into a scammer. Look at him. Look at him. Yeah, Starbucks going into earnings. Looks good. I mean, right now it's just sitting up against the top. It's got a 101 target if it starts running early. Yeah, pins held, as far as I know. Yeah, pins is doing okay. I mean, it did pull back, but it filled up 50% of the empty space. All right. I hope you guys had a good week. I certainly did. Definitely gonna try to focus on the old father-in-law account next week. He's got $2,000 in his account. He said I had to make him rich or he isn't gonna like me anymore. Yeah, Sky Guy. But I'll see you guys. We'll meet up on Sunday at probably around 6:30. I'll alert in the Discord when I'm about to go live. If I get bored or something like that, I'll probably hop on into TikTok or something like that. But keep your eyes peeled for the workshop. We're gonna run it back. I'd like to see everybody in there. Even if you are successful, you want to share your journey or anything like that with the people, that'd be dope. But I will see you guys on Sunday. You all have a great weekend. Peace.
All right, have a good weekend, everybody.
Yeah, have a good one.
Enjoy, guys. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right. Peace out.